Hello, everyone. Welcome
Hello there.
back. It's a lot of you we've seen in the last few minutes. So welcome over if you've come here from the Brick Connection, and anybody who missed that show after this one, go right to Austiff's channel. Make sure you check that out. His
Yes.
channel is linked in the description. Do not miss that one.
Dude, thank
That
you.
was amazing. That was a
It
great couple
was
hours.
it was a great time. It went by too quick. It was a good
Yeah.
episode. That's one where you're like, this one could go for like 6-7 hours if you let it just naturally happen. But
Yeah,
thank you.
I have 20 minutes I have to go back and replay early on because I had to actually take care of the kids, make sure they went to bed.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna have to replay that one.
Did you have to bribe
Damn
them to bed?
kids.
Like, hey, if you go to bed tonight, I'll make sure you get a cookie in the morning. Did you do any of that?
Yeah, yeah, thankfully they're actually pretty good about going to bed. It's
That's
just
good.
convincing them that it's not the first time that they've gone to bed at exactly the same time every night. Somehow it's a surprise every day.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we have to go to bed. The day ends.
Yep.
Whatever.
It's a real fact. The day does
Yeah.
end.
Oh, it's the same thing for me. It's a big surprise. I have to go to bed every night.
Mhm.
I don't want the days to end. Life is
Me,
thankfully pretty good.
I just I don't know. I'm no stranger to I'll wake up like 5 one day and I'll stay up to like 7 or 8 the next morning and be like, I should probably get some sleep. It's something that I overlook and it happens often. I was telling Maul over text last night, some people were like, hey, do you want to do an after hours? Like, man, I had a health scare last night. Like, I can't. I can't right now. Um, you know, things are starting to catch up, so we're going to start prioritizing sleep over at Austiff Bricks now, believe it or not.
Well,
But
you're gonna have to prioritize that about a week from now.
exactly.
Well, yeah, a little over a week.
Yep.
On that note, so tomorrow's the big day. Is that
Uh,
right?
I leave here tomorrow, my home. Um, so right after this, I'm going to start tearing down the microphone, the computer, like the laptop with my 3 monitors here. Going to start tearing that down. To start because I'm all packed, set and ready to go. Got Coop's Star Destroyer ready. The car's all loaded. Because as soon as I wake
Beautiful.
up tomorrow, I'm beelining straight for Cincinnati. Shout out to my little cousin Braden. He's graduating school tomorrow. So I'm going to be there in attendance at the graduation. And then following that, we're going to go see, for me, it's like my 5th time going and seeing Thunderbolts. So I'm excited. We're going to take him to that and Culver's. Uh, the next morning, as soon as like 6 a.m. hits, hightailing it to Chicago.
Awesome.
So it's going to be a good time.
So I don't know my day of the week. So okay, so that still puts you out there very early.
Yeah, Friday. Me and Kennedy will be the first ones there.
All right, and then Padawan follows shortly after.
Yep.
The next
Padawan
one.
and Maul come in the following day on Saturday.
What?
So, yep, we're going to be
You
tearing
got
up
some good stuff
Chicago.
planned prior to kickoff.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I think Kennedy and I were definitely talking. I think we're going to go and get a steak dinner, I think. Chill out in the pool. And then do like a live two person Brick Connection episode. Live from whatever hotel we're staying in that night. And just play some Mario Kart on the GameCube. So that's definitely going to be on the agenda.
You're bringing a GameCube with you too.
Yes, sir. I think
I love it.
I did my packing list, so I got my entire duffel bag. That's because after Brickworld ends, I'm still staying in Chicago for like another week because we have a big jiu-jitsu tournament happening. So I'll be there for that. So I did the math. I'm gonna be gone like 20-something days. So it's like, yeah, it's gonna be expensive month, that's for sure. But it's all things I love. So I'm very fortunate to be able to be in this position in my own personal life where I can go out and do these things. So that's exciting. But Yeah, I have a suitcase, a duffel bag full of Lego from the 24-hour simple charity stream, because a lot of people who won their giveaways opted for in-person pickup. So I'm like more than happy to do that. Got the cooler, the Austiff distribution merchandise. Got some cold ones all packed and ready. Coop Star Destroyer. Ooh, what else? 3 boxes of surprise goodies. My surprise for Cristo. What he had me do for him. Man, it's still so much I still have to pack, and I'm like, why did I go in too deep? You know, I felt like I bit off more than I can chew this year, but I'm very excited to see how it all unfolds.
That is wild.
Yeah,
That's wild. You know, you are in exactly the right place in your life to take advantage of something like this. It's I'm thrilled for you that you're doing it. It's take advantage of the times while you got them.
Yeah, because who knows how long it is. I'll be grateful for this opportunity to be able to do this, because there's gonna be a day where I'm a married stiff with kids and I won't be able to do this anymore. You know, at the extent or the level I'm doing it. So
you could come back from vacation and find out you got a kid on the way, and life will change.
If that's the case, I'm like, who was I with? Like, what happened? Like, you know,
you said that cooler holds like 200 beers, didn't you?
204 is the actual count.
204.
So,
yeah. How big is this damn cooler? You could probably sleep in that thing.
You'll see. You shall see.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. It's
so actually, on that note, how does beer work at the Rennie? What time is the first can get cracked?
Oh, you know, that's all right. I'm gonna give you a little pro tip here. I'm really listening here. This is very pro-rated.
Everybody lean in.
Lean in, you know. Get the cool hand pose going. Get the shoulders on and that motion going.
Beard stroke.
Yeah, the beard stroke. But so the way alcohol works, I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth at the Rennie or Mark, anyone who's in charge of Brickworld. I'm not saying I'm no affiliation of like making rules or whatever. I just want to put that out there. But if you have private days, if you're discreet, you're not like being, I don't know, an idiot. Just, make sure you have like common sense. Common sense should tell you when's the right time. For me, my rule of thumb is I supply it, but when Sean cracks the first one, that's when it's go time. For me, usually it's like after you're back from dinner, you settle back in the convention hall and you have a nice, you got your group, vibes are going, everyone's kind of talking about, oh, today was great. And, then you get into like things that's outside of life, like at Brickworld, you're like, oh yeah, you know what? I was doing this at work, and that's when you crack open the beer. The time and the conversation has to be right. You'll feel it. There's like this little inner Austiff that we all have. It's just like, this is a good time for a beer. That's how you know. But
so you don't have to wait until everything actually shuts down for the night.
That's kind of what I recommend. Because wait, and especially on public days, wait till the public crowd's left. Wait like 2 hours after that, then you're good. Just be discreet, as Coop said. Be discreet and just be discreet.
Disrespectful.
No, be discreet and respectful. That's what we're trying to say here. Just don't be like.
Coop, I'm taking you at your actual words here.
Just just let common sense take the wheel, and you should be okay. Yeah. Okay, Coop. Okay, we got him. Okay, Coop is confirmed.
Beautiful.
So
yeah, I'm just picturing it like noontime, and you're sitting on this picnic bench of a cooler.
I think the cooler is about the size of my desk, like lengthwise. Height probably comes up a little bit above my knee. It has wheels.
Yeah, it's truck tires.
Yep. I made sure it had wheels because last year I had a Scooby-Doo cooler. who knows? Maybe I'll make that cooler, make its reappearance because it seemed very famous for what it did. But I'm not going back to the room 50 times refilling. My legs fell to the next a little bit because it was like as soon as I brought it down, it felt like it was gone. I was like, can't let the boys go thirsty, So gonna
Yeah. Well, the upside is you're actually staying at the Rennie, so you're not going too far, right?
Exactly. But when you're carrying it, like it's 40 pounds, after you have the ice and the beers in it, that little cooler, gets a little bit heavy after a while.
Yeah. Gonna keep you fit.
Yeah, it keeps you fit. You can do some
a whole week of eating like trash, right?
Yep. This year I'm definitely making fitness number one priority while I'm there, just because, like I said, that big tournament coming up right after. So I want to make sure I'm in good fighting shape for it and not embarrassing myself on the mats. I'm doing one from our academy going, so I'm representing like 40 people.
Wow.
So I have to make sure I'm doing it well by them, not by them, but also the name as well. And big shout out to my good buddy. He's actually so Saturday he's gonna be fighting his first ever MMA cage match televised. So he's from our area, so best of luck to him. I'm very excited to see how he performs. I've been training with this guy. Him and I are about the same belt level. Not that it's like a flex or anything. It's just the best way to kind of like adequate where they're at. I'm just excited to see him perform. I know it's been on his dreams since I've known him because we both came into jiu-jitsu around the same time. So it's really cool to see his dream unfolding for him. So it's really cool to witness.
And that's televised?
Yeah, it'll be televised. Yep. It's happening Saturday, June 7th. So I'm going to be sure to watch that.
Good for him. That's great.
It's going to be cool.
All right. So with you being there that early, how many hotels are you staying in between when you first get up there and when you actually check into the Rennie? Do you have firm plans for that?
Yeah, actually, everyone who's staying with me, I'll send you the address and everything for the hotels we're going to be at. But for us, we're only going to be at one and then the Rennie. So really only two places. I was able to, I thanks to the Padawan for giving me some, because when I was doing, I'm like, oh, you know what? We'll just find somewhere that night or whatever. Whoever's cheapest, that's the cheapest rate that night. We'll do it that way. And then he's like, no, for my visa, for me coming over, I need to have like actual I'm like, oh, okay. So I went out and found one real quick. So we'll definitely be doing that. So there's just only two hotels in total. Just because, we're all going to, like Kennedy, he's staying with us. He's lugging a whole mock, I don't want to move in at like 50 hotels type thing. So I when looking for a hotel before the Rennie, I that was something I kept in mind. Like Pocket Masters also bringing a ginormous thing. Wherever we're at, I want them to be able to, wherever they set it, that's where it's going to be until we go to the Rennie. Just that consideration, I suppose.
I think it's actually on my list of things I'm most excited about is to see what the process is of loading some of these mocks into the building and actually getting them set up. Because it's in my head is nearly impossible for one of those things to be transported.
Yeah.
You hear all the time about people just moving their collections, in short, 10-mile moves and everything falling apart.
Yes.
You get these monstrosities. They're beautiful.
They're huge.
And transporting long distances. It's wild.
Yeah. Like some of them are the size of my living room. It's like, how are you guys doing this? Like, come on now.
Yeah, that's going to be nuts. I still can't get my head around what the situation is going to look like.
Yeah.
The convention hall is so big.
Yeah.
And, I've been to whatever the hell they are. It's Brickfest Live, which is a joke. And that's all the experience I have with this kind of thing. So it's gonna be cool.
I went to Brickfest Cleveland this past November, and Brickworld being my first. No disrespect to people that put on Brickfest, but I'm like, this is Little League, and just from how you get the tickets, just from 1 to 10, there at Brickfest is maybe at like a 2. There's something going wrong there, and it's like I just can't. Their vibe isn't there. I'm not sure if it's because like the friends aren't there type thing or what it is. Even like it just felt so streamlined rather than a convention. If that makes sense, it just feels like something they just put as like a flyer. Rather like you walked in, there's maybe 3 things.
It was sad. Yeah, and the VIP pass comes with basically nothing, and there's like one Lego master tucked off in a corner, like kind of.
And he's probably not even there half the time. He's out doing something else. And it's like, come on. But I like Amy's comment. Yeah. There was a picture of a semi truck inside of the hall, and it looked like a toy truck. That is valid. I saw that exact picture, and it's tiny.
Crazy.
It's huge. Crazy. But when it comes public days, dude, you're in there like a can of sardines.
Yeah. I wonder how much time I'm even going to spend in there on Saturday. Yeah.
I'm not a crowd person, so I kind of boogie.
I'm not either. And well, at that point is other than Saturday night, because that's when World of Lights is, right? Other than that, you've seen everything, right? Because we've had the whole week.
Oh no, actually,
we've had 3 or 4 days.
When I was last year, I did the private days as well. I did not see every mock because there's so many. No matter how many times you go, something new spawns. Someone else comes in, sets up. There's always something coming and going. So it's really hard to. If you're able to see all of them, you deserve a medal. That's like when people go, yeah, I joined the Coast Guard. I'm like, wait, you found one of the Coast Guard recruiters? Like, hold up. They're like ghosts. It's like, that's cool that you're even able to track one of those suckers down. Like, I mean, this is definitely something I'm going to try and do this year is try and see every mock. That's definitely, especially me displaying for my first time too. Nothing big. It's literally 16 by 16 plate size. So it's really small, but I want to go see what everyone's putting in, and a lot of my friends are bringing something too. Like, Kennedy, Tyler, Pockets Master, they're all bringing, I want to make sure I'm able to and really take in and admire their hard work. Cause seeing it from this past year, seeing them grind on it, from just studded plate to these beautiful works of art they've been able to create in the span of a year is just, I want to make sure I'm able to give everyone who's displaying that same level of respect and really just brownie points. It's like, good on you. That's basically what I'm really excited for.
I guess I hadn't thought that you could actually not see everything in that amount of time.
Yeah, it's just huge.
Wow.
It's huge.
So where are you setting up? Do you know?
I have no
where
clue.
Or who with? No.
Oh, for my build?
Yeah.
That's a good question because I was actually thinking about that today when I was changing my oil. I'm like, where am I setting this thing up? All my philosophy is I'm just gonna bring it and it's gonna be where it's gonna be, and I'll take a little picture, put it on a story or something for people who want to go see it. If it's skipped by, no harm, no foul. There's so much going on there. That's why Instagram posts are a thing. But I hope someone sees it because it's kind of cool. A little Simple Man apartment action.
Yeah.
And a year
I would
of
imagine you get some kind of direction when you're there, like, hey, you're going over that way.
Yeah, I know. I believe they give
Signed up with
you
that kind of deal.
when they give you your little card. I believe the card tells you where you're going to be.
Okay.
I believe. But
And then you
this is
just
my
set up
first.
camp over there.
Pretty much, this is my first rodeo,
Cool.
so I'll report it as I know it.
All right.
That's what I'm going to try and do this year. It's kind of why the Brick Connections being mobile this year. I'm going to make sure, the setup and, kind of give live updates to people, what's going to be going on. So if you see like a little Instagram live notification, it's just going to be like, hey, here's a little tour. Like, if you want to find this is where it's at. I'll try to. I'll say it's something I want to do now, but we'll see in like 4 days from now if that actually happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get caught up actually living the life too much to actually share the life.
Yep. I think mine will be with Gerslug. I believe. If there's room.
Yeah, it is. I'm looking forward to Gerthlug displaying together for the first time.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Gerthlug is seriously the best name. It's so good.
I'm excited to see the logo that gets made.
Didn't Lake put that out like right away in the Discord?
The logo? Oh, he already unveiled
it? Yeah,
Shoot,
I think so. I think that popped up in the Discord like a week ago or something.
Oh shoot, Coop! If you have the picture of it or someone, please send to me.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that wasn't the final that was in there. Let's see if I can search that.
That's so cool. Dude, I need to see. I'm excited to see it.
Let's see here.
Coop's
gonna have to track it down.
Oh, that's so cool.
Okay.
Thank you, Coop. Absolutely flames. That's so cool.
If you need an image fast, you always know who to rely on. Huh?
That's so cool. If you put Gerthlug in your log at the registration. Okay, cool. Yep, then I'm good then. Because I put Gerthlug as my affiliated group. So I guess I'll be a Gerthlug.
Well, that'll make it easier to find everybody.
Mm-hmm. Very excited.
So have you looked through the event calendar at all?
Honestly, I have not. I've just been, like nose to the grindstone like the last 2.5 weeks, between a lot of the projects and stuff. I've just been, and it's a very good thing to be able to say that, someone, who's wanted to get in with the community and like the people I've looked up to, be able to help them out, do something for them. It's definitely like, I don't know, it's going to sound stupid, but it's definitely like, it's a check off my bucket list type thing. Something I've always wanted to do and to be able to finally do it. So being able to be in that seat, I am going at it 110%. Like even, with the Brick Rips GWP card, being able to design that, I'm still tweaking some things, making sure, how it was this file, I'll send it to like 50 different, like, emails I make, like, okay, does this file get degraded over several shares or whatever? It's just stuff like that, really honing in, locking, everyone's saying locking in, making sure that everything goes smooth. Because it's my first time. I have no idea what to expect. I'm just trying to, I don't know, make sure, for my first, I guess my rookie season of this, making sure I'm putting out my best effort and my best work that I can. Because I'm very new to this whole world of digital art or digital creation. So as I'm doing this, I'm learning along the way. So as I keep doing other projects for other people, I learn a new trick and I apply that to what I previously did. And it's just like a big, there's that great meme, it's like when a man tells a story, it's just straight. And it says when a ladies, it goes, and goes back. It's like that's very much how this is right now. I feel like I'm in that the girl talk, trying to, and Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where he's like, here we have it. It's just like all these, his conspiracy theory. It feels like that. Just trying inside my own head. So I'm just trying to figure it out. But I have not. I've seen like the email where it was like to sign up for the events. I saw that you can, foosball, which I'm very excited for, and then duel the plates and stuff like
Did
that.
you at least sign up for that stuff?
Yeah, I signed up for them. Yep. You had to make sure. I'm not sure if there's still slots open because I got there pretty late to it, and there's only like a few slots left for each. So, I was just like, you know what? Hopefully, I'm in. If not, I'll be a proud viewer. But we'll see.
So, how did those things work? So, say like the foosball tournament. Now, you had to sign up to actually get into play. But it's an open area, so anybody can just stand around and watch and just be an idiot cheer for people, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. And then who knows? Maybe even some case, like there was a time last year where people didn't show up, and a few slots become available. So if you're there and you're watching, who knows? Maybe you get like a play-in spot, a fill-in, a sub, stuff like that nature. Regardless, even if you're just watching, it's still a great time because you get to talk to everyone who's playing or waiting for their next match. For the people who are lucky enough to advance in the bracket, stuff like that. It's really exciting just to be able to just hang out. Regardless, you're going to have a great time because you're able to hang out with your friends,
Yeah, I was far more interested in just being a spectator and hanging out for that than actually playing.
Yeah, because I feel like if you are playing, you're taking away from the cool conversation that you're having. It's stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's very much a trade-off, It's about like, how do you have fun? That's what it boils down to. If you're fun, just hanging around, conversing with people, then do that, Or if your cup of tea is doing everything besides being a conventional, do that, Whatever it is. I was talking to my family about this the other day because they still don't understand the grasp of what Brickworld is. They're like, why do you go to this? It just seems like I'm like, Lego it's very like that's the reason why we're going, but it's not the reason why we're there. If that makes sense. It's like, sure, like guys like you, Coop, Kennedy, Justin, Nate, all these people, I talk to, Tyler, CJ, I'm not trying to leave anyone out it's nothing that, I'm just trying to get the point. But, we talk to these people through a screen like this or, like that, like this for a year. And it gets old, it's like, man, I just want to be able to, laugh with them in person or shake their hand again, whatever it is. It's like, in a world that we live so digital, it's nice to be able to actually see our digital friends in the flesh, in their meat suits, rather than in their virtual form, whatever, I don't know what's the proper way to describe it, but it's like, I'm just excited to see my friends again, outside of here, my friend group is 0. So it's like, you guys are my friends. So it's like, a lot of people, the best way I can, it's like going to a bonfire, everyone's rolling up, people you haven't seen in a long time. And it's so good. As Beard said, human interaction is underrated. It's so good.
Yeah. I've always found that, my favorite conversations are the chance encounters in a hallway or an elevator, or, it's like passing in a parking lot. Next thing you know, 2 hours has gone by when my wife's wondering where the hell I am. And I'm just on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
Sorry, I get caught up,
Very much that,
Yeah. You can't get that in this atmosphere.
No matter how hard you try. No matter how hard you try, it's very, very hard to do. You can try as hard as you can, and you just can't do it. Even like the Discord calls that go for like 9 hours sometimes. It's like it's like a little taste. It's luckily, I'm in a spot where being with like the Girth gang, where every Thursday night, no matter what it is, we all have this time where we all congregate and flock together. It's like it's like it's not satisfying that itch. It merely puts it at bay for a little bit. And then you're like, then we're at this point right now where it's like, okay, time, do your thing at speed up. Like, but when we're there, go slow. It's like, thankfully, Mark, he puts on this event every year, so we're at least guaranteed to see each other a minimum of one time a year, or every other year. There's a timeline, and we have a place, so at least we have that to look forward to.
Now, there's, what is it, 3 Brickworld events? Is that right? 3,
I believe
4?
so. Indianapolis, Grand Rapids, and Chicago, I believe. Okay.
Now, has anyone ever considered going to any of the other ones? Because obviously people attend the other ones.
Yeah.
But I never hear them talk about.
Yeah, they very much fly like under the radar compared to Chicago. Because Chicago's, like as Sean says, it's the Super Bowl. This is the, I'm going to try and go to Grand Rapids this year, if not for sure next. Just kind of depends how school and stuff lines up. I know Firebird, legend of a dude. I know he goes to Grand Rapids every year, or at least the last 2 years he's gone. So I've been able to see it like through his stories, but other than that, I haven't heard too much. I see like the post like Brickworld puts out about him. I do my best. Okay. Oh, so Amy says,
okay.
The other ones are only weekend public days. There aren't any convention. Okay, so this is like the big shout, like powwow. The other ones are like the, hey, here you go, community. Here's a Lego event.
Okay. So that kind of breaks the whole deal for me. Because
I like the private days.
I don't want to say all. 90% of my interest is the private. So
for sure. When it's public days,
traveling is too hard to do it just for 2 days.
2 days. Yeah. I need the whole week. That's why I'm going Friday. Making it worth my money type thing. Regardless, it's gonna be.
I'm kind of interested in Atlanta though, because that's close. I mean, it's not that close, but it's not far and it's warm, and I'm in favor of both of those.
Me too. Me being on the Great Lakes, man, in February that goes down, and in February here it's ice, sleet, and snow, like snow past your knees, and it's like, come on. So I know
that's no thanks.
I know for Atlanta, I'm definitely going with Kennedy, so that'll be fun. It'll be like a nice little pre-hype event to Brickworld, so I'm very fortunate to be able to do that with them.
Now, is Atlanta short too? Is that just a weekend ordeal?
I think it's a week, or at least minimum 4 days, I believe. Kennedy knows. He's a attendee, so he might know more than I. He's an alumni of that convention, so he knows more. But I definitely think that's something I'm definitely wanting to experience. Because I feel like that's one of the conventions on the rise. It's going to be it'll be the big 2 will become a big 3. It will no longer just be Brickfair Virginia and Brickworld Chicago. They're going to be entering the chat. For me, I'm like, shoot, I want to see them succeed. I'm all for see everyone succeed together. Because I feel like we're in this community where we can all live homogeneously and benefit everyone.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people that just can't make it every year, right? It's especially this time of year where it's wedding season starts and graduations and all kinds of other things.
Yeah.
So maybe the people that you can't catch during Brickworld, you can meet one of the other ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
It's nice to
that's
have options like that.
yeah, because it's for me, reckon I'm getting there early, but even last year, I just went for Tuesday to Sunday, and it wasn't cheap. It was about like 3K at the end of it, and in the economy, it's not doing anyone any favors to be able to save for a vacation of any form. Um, so it's like you said, uh, someone's either getting married, someone's graduating school, college, or someone's having a kid. It's you just never know, and it's be able to go do this it's a big commitment, especially when you get your hotel room like a year in advance, and
Yeah.
it's and like even moments the same. This convention it happens during Father's Day, and take people
Yeah.
like Shy, Brent, Sean, even if who do have their children, their offspring, it's like, you want to be able to celebrate your day with them, the day is why you became part of that day, it's like, you're sacrificing a lot to go to these conventions, so it's deemably so why like sometimes you can't make it, and it's nice to have another convention that you can go to and they'll all still be at. It's very nice to have that variety.
Yeah. It's I'm actually using it as an advantage where it's like, hey, it's my day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's take advantage of that. We'll also be home early. We're leaving Sunday morning to come back home, so we'll
Okay,
still have something to do with the kids.
that's good. That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, we got one
Okay.
public day in. I mean, maybe the closing ceremonies are cool. I don't know, but
I don't think,
I also have to work the following Monday. So
yeah, because last year I didn't stay for the closing event because I had work at like 4 a.m. following Brickworld ending, so I was like, I need to get
that's
home,
rough.
and our main highway, like where I'm at, uh, to go onto the turnpike was shut down because they were redoing the pavement. So
Oh man,
normally it's like a 6 hour trip, but last year was like a 9 to 10 hour drive because that highway was shut down. I had to take the back roads, from Cleveland to get to Toledo, because all those highways are just being ripped up. And I'm like, shoot, I need to go. So as soon as like the closing ceremony was happening, I'm like, cool, this is my shot to get it out the parking lot and not be behind a line of cars. So I boogied, and that was the worst decision I think I've ever made because it was,
oh no,
excuse my French, but it was absolutely pissing rain. And like, thank goodness the coupe. I mean, I was, the day before and the day of leaving, I was getting like a little bit more lightheaded. I'm not sure if it was just because of like all the walking, like, whatever it was, or just the combined elements of like the whole week, finally catching up to me. I kept getting dizzy or whatever. And then, I was fighting that on my drive back with the rain, and the rain didn't stop for like 5 hours into my drive. And it's like, come on. So
that's
I'm
brutal.
not doing that this year. If that's why I'm staying an extra 2 nights at the Rennie, after the fact. So I'm very excited for that. Yeah, not
You're gonna
doing
be on
that.
a first name basis with the whole staff at that point.
Oh yeah, I already am. I'm joking. I wish that'd be cool, but no. As soon as Brickworld's over, I'm going right down the street to another hotel with another dude for another week. So that'll be fun. He's
Yeah.
he's in our sister uh, academy out of Chicago. Um, so him and I are gonna be rooming together, so that's gonna be cool. Because he used
Have you
to.
met him before, like in
Oh yeah,
person?
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, he used to train with us where I'm at, and then he got a job offer 2 years ago, uh, doing like digital marketing for what's that big hotel in downtown Chicago? no idea, but it's like the big dog. So he works doing that. So we're going to stay there, and we're not going to really be there because the first fight begins at like 5 a.m. and the last one ends at like 11 p.m. So it's like,
oh my God, that's a long day.
Yeah, and that's like a 3 or 4 days worth of just doing that. So definitely gonna make sure I'm supplied on a lot of water. Because when you're wearing those gis, they get hot because they're real thick. Because you're supposed to fold someone while they're wearing it, so they have to be thick so you can get the grip. But it's gonna be wild. But I'm excited. I've maybe competed in a handful of tournaments, but this is like the bee's knees of IBJJF tournaments. It's in the Big Five. So I'm very fortunate to be able to compete. I've had issues with this hand earlier this year. So I wasn't able to train for, Palmer House Hotel. That's it. So I wasn't able to make some of the local tournaments like Columbus, Cincinnati, and Detroit. Wasn't able to make those, but I'll be able to make this one. So I'm really excited for that.
So what's the qualification look like for that? How does that go?
So they do it by belt. So you just get so I'm trying to think back here because the registration goes up about 7-8 months prior to the event. You'll put in your belt color, who you're going to be so do you remember in the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, how he kind of they announced this guy at this height, this much weight, from the gold team, whatever that line. It's very much like that, but in like registration form, you'll put in your weight class, your height. Sometimes your body fat percentage does play a factor in it. And then you'll send. I don't know. For me, it was like 410 for my fees or whatever. Because you have to go. You do your testing and whatnot. Because there's a lot of people competing. There can be upwards of like 800-900 people that come.
Wow.
As soon as like one match ends, they have some dude that just comes with a mop, and then they go next two, and then because of my very first one, I'm not gonna dox my last name, but they're like, this guy, map 14, please come to map 14 now. You have 30 seconds. If you're at 30 seconds is up and you're not there, you're done. So you have to really be on the ball. It's for me, being a purple, so they big, because you can do gi or no gi. I'm doing both. I've never done no gi, so this is interesting. It's basically just wearing like the compression, a long sleeve shirt, and whatever shorts you want. So I'm nervous because it's like, if you have the gi, you have things you can grab onto, to help you. And that, when you take off the gi, it's very much just like, okay, you're forced, to really think about your movements. I hate when people say jiu-jitsu is human chess, because it is, but it's also not. It's you really have to think like 10 moves ahead. Like, okay, if I do this and they respond, like, how am I gonna, if I'm down, how am I gonna get out? Because it's not like, when you're on your back, 1, 2, 3, it's till you tap. I'm one of those people where you could put me in a chokehold I will pass out before I tap. That's it's either I win or I pass out. That's my mentality.
Well, with no gi, it's got to get awfully slippery too.
That's gonna be
challenging.
Yeah, just this was. I think I was telling Nate about this when it happened. It's probably Christmas time. I was doing. I do no gi often, but I've never competed no gi, so I'm excited to do that. But I was, I put this guy in an arm bar, and we were going, because we do like a 20-minute timer just to see who's still standing. It was like for kicks and giggles, because normally it's like 6 minutes. 2, 4, 6 increments. So I'm like, you know what? I'll see we were at like minute 16 out of 22 at this point. And I finally got this guy in a spot where I could do an arm bar, but we're sweating. The room's like 94 degrees. And,
Oh,
I had it and I lost control of my right leg and it came crashing down and broke this dude's nose in the middle of,
oh,
my leg was too slick on his sleeve, just drenched in sweat. And I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. He goes, no, we're going to keep fighting anyway. We have to beat the timer. I'm like, I like you. I'm very much the same way. Like, break my arm, I'll go till the timer's done. Just Johnny Lawrence it,
Yeah. Then you're slippery and sticky. Oh,
and yep. Very much a good time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go derail your prepping for Brickworld Chicago.
Hey, that's cool.
It's almost a promise thing with me. It's as much as I love Lego, I probably love jiu-jitsu more. It's very much that thing.
Well, and for you this time, it's part of the same adventure, right?
Yeah. Yep. Packing for it all at the same point.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
So when are you going to surprise everybody and walk into Brickworld wearing your gi?
Not at all. Nope. I'm probably going to leave my gis in the car because I like to let them bake in the sun for a little bit so they get a little bit more loose because the fabric, it's after you wash it gets so tight.
Okay.
I don't know. Something about it too. Our professor says it's good luck to let it bake in your car. That way, the sun has boiled its energy into that gi, so you can compete. It's just very much that thing. He also says don't wash your belts, but I do anyway because that's just gross.
Yeah, I would imagine that gets pretty smelly after a while.
That is just like you're really just wrestling. If if just for time's sake, I was at my white belt for like a year and 7 months. Imagine not washing a thing for 1 year and 7 months, and I was going like 2 times a day, 4 times a week.
Wow.
Imagine if you don't wash that thing. That thing just got to be like
Oh.
a pit of bacteria. Me with my healthcare background, I'm like, this is just gross. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
There's
no
more.
Thanks.
There's more to this. But
yeah, you got to wash your hands every time you tie it at that point.
You better glove up every time you're tying that thing.
Just borrow some from mall.
Yeah, I actually got my own, so good old hospital issue.
Oh, yeah.
We're out of supply.
Yeah. So, okay. So maybe this will be a little different this year than last year, but because you have to pay attention to your health a little closer because you get your event afterward. What are you carrying with you? Do you have a backpack, fanny bag, some kind of something? Carry snacks with you through the day?
Snacks. I'm probably not going to bring too many snacks. Mall hates that I do this. I'm one of those. I think they call it like intermittent fasting. You eat 1 meal a day and that's it.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at. Yep.
So I'm gonna be naturally for me. When it's summer, my appetite just becomes non-existent just because of the heat. So I don't know. I'll probably, I'm a big fan of Element, like the powder, like the salt powder you put in your water. Big fan of that. So, I'm bringing like this little sling fanny pack, it kind of goes around and it just like sits right here. That's where I'm going to, because last year, I had my wallet, phone, keys, ibuprofen, literally everything inside my pockets. I'm not doing that this year because it just becomes a nuisance. So I was like, you know what? Went on Amazon, found like a little $5 pouch. So it's going to rock that. Like, like a mom at Cedar Point, proudly. So, I might bring like a little fruit roll up, to keep like blood sugar up a little bit. If you're sweating that much, you're losing a lot of stuff. It was a lot of electrolytes and all that fun stuff, and a lot of sugar that your body needs, or else you'll collapse. I think that was part of my issue last year is I didn't have enough sugar. So that's why my body was kind of like tweaking a little bit. Because as bad as sugar is your body needs it, needs it for glucose. But yeah, I'm just gonna bring that. Definitely gonna be bringing a few sig figgies to hand out here and there. But yeah, I think mainly I got the fanny pack thing just so because I'm a big figs guy. So if I buy like 5 figs, I can just toss them all in the little bag. Then whenever I go up to the room, just deposit in the suitcase. Just little microtransactions. And then of
Do you
course
have a plan for figs?
Plan for figs?
Yeah. Is there anything special that you're gunning for while you're out there, or are you just thinking what you pick up from friends along the way, other sig figs and whatnot?
Yeah, definitely plan to get some sig figs from people. Just because I'm wanting to do this big Daredevil mock to take the next year's Brickworld, and for the instead of like random citizens of Hell's Kitchen, I want to populate it with everyone's sig fig. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna definitely that's on my radar is to get everyone's sig fig. But there's a lot of customs I'm really looking for. There seems like this year is gonna be a bigger like custom minifig presence than there was previously, and there's some stuff I missed out on. But I'm also looking for a lot of official figs, like the 2017 Jango Fett or 2013 that 2010 era one. Just because I want to complete my collection of every Jango Fett. And then a few Obies, and then I know Justin's bringing Starkiller for me to buy off of him. So, whenever I'm venturing around, if I see a fig that I want that I don't have, like the prototype Bobes, okay, take my money. Like, thank you. In the fanny pack it goes. It's just stuff like just figs I haven't had yet. I'm definitely gonna try and score. There's really no set thing of what I want to get other than sets. There's 3 that I have pretty fixed in my brain that I just can't stop thinking about. So fig wise, it's whatever catches my eye.
Do you plan on actually buying or looking for those sets while you're at Brickworld, or is that up later down the road thing?
Definitely at Brickworld, because I have restrictions in place for myself. The one set I can only buy a brick, and that set is none other than Anakin's modded Jedi Starfighter from the the 2003 animated Clone Wars. That's one set I need, and it has to be bought at Brickworld, or that's it.
It's the only place you would buy it?
Mm-hmm. Has to be there. Yep.
What's that?
Just for the story, I guess.
Yeah.
Just to say I bought it at
Brickworld. Feels right.
Yep. That's my second Grail set of all time, so it's befitting that it happens there.
That's the 2003, you said?
Yep, the 2003 style. Came out. Okay. What year did that set come out? Let's see. Starfighter Lego. Came out during the Rebels wave. What year was that? Set number 75087. That's my Grail set for sure. It's beautiful. It's just so different than anything Lego has ever made, and it's the only set from that original Clone Wars miniseries. So it's like, yeah, I get it. Such a great set.
That's wild looking.
It's so cool. Jedi Bob Starfighter was definitely inspired by it. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. Great set. What about you, Kevin?
And what set are you? That was in the Clone Wars?
The original. Not the the one that we all know. Like the Filoni Clone Wars. But one. It's a 2003 wave. I can never pronounce his last name. Strakovsky.
The Samurai Jack guy.
Yeah. It's his Clone Wars. To me, that's my favorite Clone Wars. So, but it has to be at the right place for me to buy it. But what's the set that you're hoping to find there, if there is one?
Honestly, I'm hoping to not buy any sets while I'm there.
Really?
Because it would
Is
just
that
be a
because of
nuisance
travel?
to get home. Yeah.
Luckily,
Yeah.
I'm
And
driving.
I
So,
have no intention of checking a bag on the way there.
Mhm.
So I don't plan to check one on the way home either. So it would be more likely that I would just ship it to myself, if anything.
Valid. That's probably a smart thing to do. I might actually end up doing that just because it's to travel. I don't want it baking in a car for longer than it needs to be. So who knows?
Yeah. And I mean, really, if you were to leave something in the car for, I don't know, the better part of a week anyway, in any kind of heat, what kind of shape would the seals be like after that?
They'd just be the electrical tape I just pulled out of the interior of my car, just goo. Just like,
Yeah.
because I have this
Yeah.
like little
It's not great.
thing for me to set my phone in, and it has like a little cord so it can still charge my phone while the GPS is up. I installed it last year for Brickworld, and I was like going to redo the tape because I saw it was like starting to shift a little bit. And I pulled that tape, and it was just like baking in the Ohio sun the last week. You see just strands of slime coming from it. Like, oh, that's just disgusting. So I went and redid that today. It's like, yeah, nah. Even okay, mall does not approve of leaving sets in the vehicle. We at the mall.
Yep.
That man needs to open
Yeah.
like a Lego museum. The way he handles Lego.
Would be kind of cool.
Coop, your ISD is not
I
baking
think
right now. It's your ISD is, I can see it in the corner of my room over there.
nice
So
and
it's
safe.
just hanging out. And it's in bubble wrap, so it's safe. And just so you know, Coop, so your frame of mind is wherever I go, the ISD goes. As soon as I check in, like tomorrow when I get to my uncle's house, it's coming into my uncle's house. He said he has a spot for me to set it. It's high up, so nothing can happen to it. So it's going to be stored there. Then whenever I, embark to Chicago, car's going to be focused the AC on that bad boy, so nothing happens. No. I have the box that I'm going to put the ISD in loaded up, like the bigger cardboard box. Here you go, Coop. Let me grab it for you. Give me 1 second.
Little peace of mind. It's man.
She's safe,
That's
Coop.
like the trashiest comment of all time, and also not. Look at that. Man, that is a box, man.
Whew. Do not worry. Austiff Distribution does not take this transaction lightly.
Yeah, make sure you catch this one.
Yep. We'll make sure when it comes time to it, we won't do the USPS delivery method where we just let it sit out in the rain while you're away.
Yeah.
We won't. We'll give it the Amazon Prime treatment.
Leave it at the neighbor's house.
Oh, I was just going off the little meme where it'll be like USPS just chucks it, UPS beats or whatever, FedEx just like sends it to your wrong house, and Prime just sweeps their patio, tidies up, and then leaves it. Like,
yeah, I wish that one was true. Like, we get a tip upon delivery.
Look, the only tip I want is a firm handshake. But she's safe and sound.
Where are we here?
But right now it's about 62 degrees outside now.
62.
So, yeah.
Nice.
It's
I remember
nice,
it was
cool.
only like a week or two ago that was the high for the day.
I know. This week it's just like cooked up to the 90s out of nowhere.
Yep, I'm loving it. Finally put away sleeves for the year. think. I hope.
Nah, in Ohio, we keep those bad boys out because you never know.
Yeah, I'm in New England, so there's always a hoodie within reach.
Mm-hmm.
I like to think that they're not coming back until the end of August, early September, so we'll hope for that.
Dude, ours will probably be back mid-October. Then they'll stay till June.
Yeah, it's tough. I hate sleeves. I hate them so much. I hate pants.
Really? Love them.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
will be
they
the
drive
first.
me crazy.
Last year, I wore nothing but pants to Brickworld. And,
Really?
you know, making a challenge for myself and my own mental thing is I'm wearing shorts every day. Because I normally only wear shorts at home. If I go out in public, it's always pants.
Yeah, I hate them. It's more
It's not a good
laundry.
time.
It's more packing.
See, it's... Actually, I'm not going to expose myself like that. I refrain from answering any further. I'm not going to expose
I was
myself.
wondering what was going to happen when you came back from having your camera off there.
Oh. Oh, boy.
You had me
No,
worried for a second there.
oh, if I was just going to be, you know, just rocking the underwear or something.
Oh, I always make sure I check the not for kids box on every show.
Oh, yep. Don't worry. We're
That's,
safe.
That's important.
Yes, indeed. Ooh, what coffee are you slurping, Ken?
This is Stoke from
What in
my
the world's
fridge.
Stoke?
I just like the Dunkin' Donuts cups.
Oh, valid.
Yep.
What's Stoke?
Yeah. Stoke is it's cold brew. It's lightly sweetened cold brew. You buy it, Walmart, grocery store, whatever.
Hmm.
You get like a half a gallon of it for $6 or something. It's actually pretty good.
Interesting. Might have to look
Yep.
into it. Never had coffee, so
Yeah,
this is...
don't you have a thing with the smell of coffee though? Isn't
Oh,
that
I
part
hate
of your
it.
problem?
Hate it. Hate the smell.
I don't think iced coffee smells as bad as hot coffee though.
Okay. Who knows? Maybe I'll try it.
Well, it at least doesn't make the room smell the way hot coffee does because it's
That's
cold. It's not pushing the odor at you.
fragrant.
Yeah. I also just I probably drink a half a gallon of coffee a day, so I don't even notice if it does smell. I
That's
might
good.
be just immune to it at this point.
That's very good.
It's
But,
far too much coffee. I don't advise.
yeah.
So I don't know if you saw, but Greg from
Mhm.
Brick app, is hosting a get together. Did you see that?
Yeah. I saw like snippets of it, yes.
Yeah, that's Saturday night, 7 to 9.
Okay.
You give any thought? You think you might stop by that?
I'm good chance. I mean, just because I'm not giving any like commitment to a whole lot of stuff, just because I just know how it kind of goes at Brickworld. You know, you'll be doing something and you just lose track of time. And you'll be like, shoot, I was supposed to be at this event like 10 minutes, 10, 20, 30 minutes ago. But if I'm in the area, you know, if I'm still at the running or, you know, whatever it is, I'll definitely swing by. That's for sure. Um, you know, because
Yeah.
what it's at a shoot. I'm trying to remember. Aren't they doing like a T-shirt thing too with it? I'm trying to remember.
So I think he's got some kind of giveaway going, but free food. It's at a brewery, which is
That's
nice.
right. Yep.
Yeah,
Um.
and I think he's got some other something going on. I don't know. Greg's a good guy. Be some decent
Yeah.
people there. I know Shy said he's going.
Yeah. If I remember,
Big
I'll
Christmas day.
definitely. If I remember, I will definitely do my best to be there. Um, as if I don't show, it's not like being distasteful to anyone. It's just because, you know, there's just so much that happens in such a short span of time, and it's like,
Yeah,
you know,
trying to
who
cram it
knows?
all in.
Yeah, and it's you lose track of time easy. You know, one day it'll be Tuesday, the next day it's Thursday night. You know, it's like, where did that time go? like, what? It's like slowed. I'm definitely gonna try and do my best to be there. That's for sure. But I don't want to make any promises to anyone type thing because I don't want to like anyone to be like, did I upset him or something? It's nothing of that nature. It's just like it's just me. I'm pretty bad with times as it is, and there it's only heightened to like I'm at like a scale of 1 to 10 with bad with times. I'm like a 4, and there I'm like a 9.5. It's like it's bad. You know, it's
Yeah,
something I'm
I
working on.
tried to leave it as open as possible
Hmm.
because from what I heard last year is the, I don't know, the unofficial events are as good or better as the official events,
Exactly.
and
Yep.
there's no actual calendar for those that,
Yep. They
or at least
just
one that I've
spawn.
seen.
They just
So
spawn
yeah,
in.
uh, I am very interested in what's it called there, medieval times. Is that what it is?
Yes. I definitely want to go there for sure. I went there once in my life for our 8th grade Washington D.C. trip. I've always wanted to go back.
Oh yeah,
So
you went to this one that's
no, I
in
haven't gone to
Schaumburg,
the.
Chicago,
I have
wherever
not
it is.
gone. I haven't gone to the one where we're going to be at. But I know inside of Washington D.C. there's one, and that's the one I went to
Okay,
because
cool.
they're like a small chain. Like they have 4
Okay.
big locations, but it's cool. I'm a big fan for like
Yeah.
medieval stuff. I mean, if I'm not doing Lego and I'm not doing jujitsu, you can bet your best bottom dollar that I'm playing Oblivion or Skyrim or something in that medieval era. And every year I go to like the Renaissance Festival in Cleveland. It's a whole week long. Take off work, just hang out there. So I'm definitely gonna try and go this year.
Awesome. Yeah, and from what I was seeing, the prices aren't bad up there at all.
No, 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 no. They're really fair. I mean, I know they have an option. It's like $100, and that's the option I'm gonna do because it's like unlimited beers, and you can really.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I know it's
That's
like
a
I
good
think
deal.
it's like 105 and whatever tax and cruelty you want to leave. So that's definitely what I'm gonna try and do. I'm gonna see if ACOB's not gonna do it. I'll see if like a group of my friends and whoever wants to go wants to go. Um, it's so hard to plan anything. So, you know,
Yeah,
and going to that point too, like, you know, a lot of my friends, they're going to be working on their mock in whatever free time they have. So it's ready for public days. Um,
yeah,
Rightfully so, it's something that they've been working on all year. Um, I want to make sure to be respectful of that, but also, I'll hang out in their room while they're doing it just to see the dudes, whatever, or help out if I can, with my little novice mock building skills. And they're like, hey, just tile this. I'm like, okay. But
yeah.
yeah, I'm really
Man,
excited for
Amy, you
this.
were on top of everything. Look at this.
Amy,
Glad that
man,
deal's still going. I thought that would have ended by
Amy,
now.
Amy is like the unsung hero of all of this. She really is.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Amy, but are you popping in on Coolhan's show during Brickworld? Did I hear that?
Oh,
I think that
I'm
was
gonna
just
be
from.
front row seat for that. Amy is
Yeah,
great.
I can't wait to see how he pulls that off.
Yeah, because
It's gonna
I
be
told him if my
interesting.
mic is available, he can borrow mine. But again, I can't guarantee if it'll be free. You know, because I minimum want to do 4 shows. Um, while I'm at the Rennie, I'm wanting to do one with Stud Lake. It's about time. I want him to be the 10th guest, just because he's you know he powers the whole thing. Before I have him on, I wanted to make sure I had enough episodes under my belt to be able to do it justice. Um, and then there's some customs creators that I'm going to be able to interview there. Um, things like that just happen off the cuff, I'd imagine. It's like, hey, you have a free minute? Let's go, type thing.
You just drag him up to your room.
Yeah, yep. But don't worry, we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was I don't think it was last year. I want to say it was 2 years ago. It was some podcast I was listening to, and he did like a dozen interviews during Brickworld, and then he was just releasing them like every other week on this podcast for like months. He got all of his content jammed in just during that trip.
Very smart man. Very smart creator there.
Well, I'm trying to think. Didn't Shy do that when he went to Texas? He did like 5 episodes sitting on a stoop.
Yep. And I know he did a few episodes of Brickworld too. With a few folks.
I'm trying to think. Who did he do in Texas? I think it was it Emily, the Bricklayers?
Yep. And
yeah,
then he did.
Who else is in Texas?
Josh.
Is Robin Texas?
I think so, but I know Josh.
Maybe it was Josh. Josh built stuff. That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so that might have been it.
Shy does it efficiently.
Yeah.
He's definitely one of the greats I want to have on my show because he directly inspired it. And before I started it, I wanted to, run it by him. Like, hey, is it cool if I do this? And all I saw was red. And I'm like, oh no, hopefully I didn't upset him. Then, like 2 minutes later, I saw that he followed the brick connection and so sitting on a stoop. So I took it as his blessing. So we definitely love that'd be a full circle moment.
Yeah, I would not be aware that a Lego community even existed if it wasn't for Kelly Bricklick.
Yeah.
That was
so influential.
That was the first thing to put anything on my radar.
Mm-hmm.
And
me too.
I've kind of got it in my brain that I couldn't even approach him for an episode until I get my audio and video just right.
Yeah.
Because he's so dialed in with all of that.
That dude.
I honestly have no interest in that level of production that he has.
It's like,
I feel like you need to, I don't know, hit some kind of bar, right?
Yeah, his is like professional production quality. That's the best way I can put it. It's like, it's cinematic. It's great.
It really is.
Like, it's definitely like the shining gold example of like peak.
Yeah. Even his shorts are that kind of quality.
Yeah. I don't even know how to even begin making shorts, and I'm not even going to attempt it. Because it just seems like a lot.
All of it seems like a lot of work. Like,
yeah.
I don't think people give content creators, like the full-timers, I don't think they give them enough credit.
Oh, yeah.
Because that is a job.
They're doing like 5 full-time jobs for one. Like, they have to do shooting, filming, production, post-production, editing, all these, the thumbnail alone is so difficult. That a good thumbnail could easily take like a good 6-7 hours.
That's crazy.
I just use a template, so I just kind of like interchange it. But like what they do, it's like these are works of art. These are museum grade. If there was a museum for thumbnails, these would be in it.
Yeah, and then you get the people that are actually traveling for content related things. You look at what Nicole's doing and all the millions of places she's going.
Yep, exactly.
That's a lot of work.
A lot of miles too. It's like she goes all the way across the world.
And she's got a little kid.
I believe so. I believe so.
Yeah, and like I'm pretty sure she's like actually little. I think she's 4 or 5 or something. So that's tough.
Yeah. Those are, from the consensus of what I've heard from people who are parents, those are like the golden years.
Yeah, I think that's when you start getting into the good spot. Prior to that, I personally find a little annoying. Going through that with my little one. Actually, my youngest is great, and now she's 3 now, and now she's becoming fun. Because now you can have somewhat of a conversation with her. You actually get feedback. It's a good time. Prior to that, communication sucks. They're delicate. You can't. I don't want to say you can't beat them up. It's obviously you're not beating up the kid, but it's fun when you can wrestle with your kid, right?
Roughhouse.
And I don't know. I have 2 girls, so they need to be a little bit older and a little more resilient.
Yeah, because life ain't anything but gentle.
Yeah.
So you gotta teach them that resilience somewhere.
Yeah, friggin' animals. Kids are just like little death machines. It's unreal.
Death machines?
Yeah, they're little death machines. You don't know if they're gonna like kill themselves or kill somebody else any minute. Not intentionally, but it's like, oh, like look at me standing up on top of this, like a tower of nothing. They're just on the couch with all of the pillows stacked on top of the edge of the couch, standing on it. It's like
that was me, and I cracked my head wide open.
Yep. Yeah, it's same. I actually got scar on the back of my head from that. Well, brick, all things.
Mine's right here.
Oh, right in the front, huh?
And on my nose. There's a 2 splitter.
Ouch. Gotta put your hands out.
I don't even think I did.
No?
From what I heard is my dad just said I ate it. Didn't even resist.
Oh, yeah.
Just happened.
That's rough.
And apparently he was just like watching it happen.
Were you having fun leading up to that?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I'd imagine I was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, young enough you don't remember.
Yeah, he said I had like a little toy sword or something, and I was being like some like King Arthur, just like seizing a castle.
Yeah. One of my cousins, I don't know, he was 18 months old or something, fell sideways in his crib, hit his head on a Jack-in-the-Box.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, he was a pack and play. That's right. Yeah, one of the old metal Jack-in-the-Boxes, because we're old. Then big question mark, side, scar on the side. He had a brain bleed. It was brutal, man.
Does he still have the scar?
Now, oh yeah, it looks like the big question mark on the Riddler's outfit there. It looks just like that on the side of his head.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and
that's cool.
And now he's one of the toughest kids I know. So I don't know if that scar had something to do with it, or brain damage, or what it was, but
some type of a souvenir.
Yeah.
Some souvenir happened.
Yeah. It's amazing what a good hit to the head will do.
Yep. Teach us something.
Yeah.
Like, look at me now. I go and get beat up for relaxation at this point.
Yeah. As a hobby. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I didn't know about this. I was going through the schedule the other day. I think this is Saturday afternoon. Yeah, Saturday afternoon. Sean is hosting the State of Lego Star Wars.
Oh, shoot.
You know about that?
I had no idea. You have to send me that link, because Is it something I have to sign up for?
No, it looks like it's an open presentation, so you could just walk in.
Then I'll be there.
It's in the West Ballroom.
Okay. Oh, because he did it last year.
I don't recall him mentioning that.
No.
Oh, he did that last year too? Okay.
Yeah, he did something with that. It was him, Tyler, and Ryan. They all did it. That was a really nice presentation.
That would make sense.
It was a really good time.
That's the right group for that.
Yeah, and then it was funny. You had there's this young fella. He was trying to hustle Ryan and Tyler. He says, "You guys make that YouTube money." I just remember just laughing about that. That was funny. That was neat.
How great was it to see Tyler back?
Oh, that was awesome. I was listening the whole time, but I was at my desk for beginning like 30, 40 minutes, and then I took him with me to the grocery store while I got some groceries, to Walmart while I got some stuff for the trip. So he just kept me company. But after like a year, and then hearing him say like he wants to get back into it and to see him actually do it, it's like It's Return of the King. It was, I'm not gonna lie, I shed a little bit of a tear. It was just nice. It was like something felt like, yeah, we're home now. Like the community is back to full strength.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. It's
Yeah.
just something. It's like it's
I
just
don't know what it was, but when I first opened up the stream, it hit me that, wow, Tyler's an adult now. It was the weirdest thing because it had been so long. Obviously you see him on ACOB, he's in chat, Discord, whatever. But it felt like it had been so long. It's like little Tyler isn't little Tyler anymore. Because he's been around forever, And it finally clicked in, he's got the fresh hair and the new shirt. It's like, wow. Unreal.
It was so cool. It was a great like welcome home stream.
Chewie, we're home.
Yep, that was the exact scene I was referencing in my head.
Yeah, it's all felt right with the world for a minute there. That was cool.
It was just such a great day. It was the best weather we've had in forever. The sun was out. It was just like, I even went and got an ice cream cone while he was alive. It was such a great time. Walked down to the ice cream stand and got myself a little peanut butter ice cream cone. It was a good time.
That's cool. Man, I haven't been to an ice cream stand in ages.
Oh, well, if you ever come over, there's one right next door to me.
Really?
It's like an 8-minute walk. Yeah.
Cool.
It's like 5 houses down, 5, 6 houses.
Well, thinking about food again, how were the food trucks at Brickworld? Were they there last year? Is that a new thing? Forever?
Yeah, they were there. They were there last year, but I didn't buy any. I know, like, I think Coop and Sean bought some, and they said it was pretty good. For me, I'm more so of like, here where I'm at, it's just a lot of like chains. There's none of that like original like mom and pop places of like food with tradition. So, that's my thing this year is I'm gonna go to more of those like local spots that you have to like really know, you hear off the street type thing. For me, I'm a big fan of The Bear on Hulu. I know, like Amy said, it's an hour away, but I was looking. It's like I'll be passing it as I come into Chicago, so I'm gonna stop there and get my fixins on a true Mr. Beef. It's in my top 3 favorite shows of all time. Be able to see it in the flesh. That'd be cool. And my little Lego Carmi minifigure to take a picture of in front of the restaurant. So I'm excited. But yeah, I mean, food spots are great. Like Fox and Hound was a remarkable place. Shoot, Portillo's, brother. Okay, I'm not gonna say more about Portillo's because it's fantastic. If we stay any longer on Portillo's, it'll be like an hour and a half conversation.
So what is that? Is that a restaurant or is that fast food or what is that?
It's like a sit-in restaurant, fast food style, but it's so good. It's like Chicago Italian beef. So good. I since I left Chicago.
That one.
You need to go to
Jameson's. You need to go to Jameson's Char.
Amy, I'm taking a picture. Took my picture. Oh, it's a hot dog stand. Portillo's? But, I just know it for the Chicago beef. So, I'll have to try one of their hot dogs. I'll get both. I'm going to have a double meal.
Fox. Was Fox and the Hound the place that had the pool tables that I heard about?
Yep, the ping pong. Yep. Yep.
Writing this down.
There's so many good places too.
Yeah. I think our first dinner out there is going to have to be pizza. That
Oh
just
yeah,
seems necessary.
yeah. Moretti's is really good
Get
too.
that done right away.
Yeah, I believe the place we went to is called Moretti's. That was so good. Moretti's, I believe it's called that. So good,
Uh,
dude.
yeah, it's Chicago pizza is weird because it's like cake. It's
I
very
like
strange.
that. I like it. Moretti's. Yep. So I had the right name. Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah, I think the place my dad told me to go to is Giordano's. I think is how we said it.
No idea. Amy's like our in-house. Oh, she lives in the area, so she's
Yeah.
well cultured. Amy, question for you. What are like 5 places that I need to try?
Chicago pizza's thin crust like a cracker cut in squares. Interesting. So maybe it's specifically a Chicago deep dish is what the talk was there.
Yeah,
Chicago pizza thin
we're
crust.
getting
Wouldn't have expected.
we're just getting cultured here, Ken. You and I.
Yeah,
We're
I
getting
love it.
cultured. Me too. But yeah, what are things that you're doing, Ken, to prepare for Brickworld?
Um, I am trying to make sure that I have everybody else's stuff. Uh, I got one more delivery I'm waiting on. I got a Brick Dynasty shirt for Slurpee coming.
Oh, that's
We're
awesome.
supposed to do a giveaway. We'll do that. Uh, then I get a bunch of sig figs and some stickers that I got to finish packing up.
Ooh,
Uh,
I'll do
I
anything for
think
that sig figgy.
uh, what was, and if I can figure out what to print them on, I'm gonna put coupon codes for my Bricklink store
Oh, cool.
in there too.
That's really
I thought
neat.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh, then I don't think I have a whole lot of prep. I mean, I'm a pretty basic guy. It's like I'm just gonna take whatever 8 hangers out of the closet, strip them, and put them in the back.
Hmm.
Right?
That's what I
It's
did.
yeah. I mean, not a super fashionable guy, you know.
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing a
So
white T-shirt
yeah,
today because I packed all my gray ones away. So I stuck with
yep,
my nighttime shirts till tomorrow.
yeah, yeah. It's keep it all pretty simple.
Hmm.
Uh, then I think I'm only bringing my phone and maybe a couple of the lapel mics. I
Mm,
think might be all I do. I don't think I'm bringing the full rig with me.
smart.
It'll be, I think it'll only be the second Wednesday we've missed since we started Brick Dynasty Live. So
Hmm.
I don't know what we're gonna do about that. It'll be
Hey,
weird to skip a night.
you could do like a little
But
call in or something.
yeah, could do something simple. Be a little weird doing it from my phone. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see how much we pack. Uh, it's also two of us going.
Okay.
So which it actually makes it easier because my wife is far better at packing than I am. So any of the things I would potentially have missed, she'll take care of. So
That's good.
maybe I could bring more electronics. I don't know. We'll see. I just want to keep it as simple as possible, keep the stress
Yeah.
levels down.
Enjoy the experience
Yeah, yeah,
because it's like,
yeah.
that's
I
what I did
mean,
last year. I just went there to enjoy it, have fun. Then this year, it's like, okay, I know what to expect and I know what I can do because you get like a life of the land that first year, testing the waters. After that,
yep.
home run in.
Home run and pizza, 32nd Street.
Amy, thank you. I will be sure to drag Chris along with that. I gotta make this fitting.
Mall nut. Yeah, I'm not even gonna be able to say that. Mall nutties. Oh, so depending on how you say it, it's like, hey, I had an Illuminati's pizza. It's like you're getting pizza with the Illuminati.
That would be a good time. Neonati. Neonati. That's what Amy said. Neonati. Oh, Amy's got to sit us down and give us like a cultural lesson, like a Chicago history debriefing.
Yeah. Yeah, and depending as time allows, we're going to see what we do for Chicago sightseeing stuff. Because it's not like we get up there every day.
Yeah,
that's why for that.
That's part of the reason why I'm going so early, is to see a lot of the city, because I didn't go at all last year. So it's like I want to definitely do that.
Yeah, we had talked about visiting Wrigley while we were out there, because I'd really like to, but I also don't want to spend the time, because it's not like I just show up and do it. It's a scheduled event. I don't think I want to do a scheduled event. I don't know.
Yeah, I just kind of wing it, go in there, just just do what feels natural to you in the moment, and then you can't go wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. So you talked about going through this last year. I get a little bit of the same thing this year, where it's so close and I'm so excited that I don't want to go at all.
That was me last year. Yep.
Yeah, like it's really excited. Getting on that plane is going to be hard, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, of course, I'm going to go. It's going to happen, and it's going to be great. But yeah, all of the anxiety build up.
Yeah.
The other night, I had to just like completely shut my brain off and just watch Daredevil for a little while and just zone
out. My man.
Haven't finished the season yet. I got an episode and a half left. Almost done.
Ken, when you're done, we have to talk some tea.
Yeah.
Oh, so man, this
good. Is so good. Well, yeah. Honestly, I was on the verge of tears. So, like at the beginning of the first episode, like I was not ready for that at all.
Yeah. And just seeing how Matt reacts to it is just like, man. You literally see this man broken, but he's hiding it so well.
Yeah. Like, when he goes and he visits Frank, that might have been the best 5 minutes of television I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That scene was amazing.
That dialogue is insane.
Yeah.
Like when I met him, that was the episode that aired leading up to it. And I was like,
wow.
Yo. It was just like such a talented actor, both of them. It's like, man, Marvel just needs to give these characters more, what's the term? Like more presence. And they're just like sidelining their two best written characters right now. It's like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, these are the Marvel characters I want. I don't want the Avengers or the Avengers sidekicks or any of those. Yeah. I want like the darker, grittier, like
the anti-heroes.
Marvel's version of Batman.
Yeah,
like I just want normal people, That's it. Yeah, dude. and they're nailing it.
Yeah, that's I'm just so excited to start building Hell's Kitchen. It's like I have all the parts here; they've all arrived for me to do it, but it's like I have to wait for the time to do it. So it's like I just want to do it. I want to do it. It's like hurry, It's like I want to, but at the same time, like, should I wait for the second season because it comes out in less than a year and see what elements from that new season I could put into it? But no, I'm gonna go off of season 1. It's so good. The whole season, dude. Like the only episode that I wasn't a whole big fan of was the bank heist episode.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't like that they're trying to introduce like Miss Marvel to it. It's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I was a little worried there. Like, are they going to soften up this show now and
I hope
bring
not.
a kid into it?
It needs to be dark.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. I mean, it also opened up the possibility of him to appear in one of her things.
Yep.
Which might make her thing better.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of her making his thing worse.
Yeah, I hope that's the case. I hope.
I mean, I honestly didn't think her movie was bad.
No.
Like her standalone movie.
Mm-hmm.
The Marvels I thought was terrible. But
yeah.
her movie I thought was okay.
Yeah, see, I'm mainly a DC guy, so it's like
okay.
Like I'm a big Flash fan. Huge. But it's like I don't know. Something about like this, being new to Daredevil. It's like, oh, man, I just so good. I mean, shout out to Stud Lake. I would have never watched Daredevil if it weren't for him.
Really?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I guess as a DC guy, I guess you wouldn't.
It's like,
so you didn't watch the older Daredevil show?
I watched like an episode or two of it here and there, like whenever my dad was watching it, but I never like sat down and watched it all through. But Cody's like, dude, you love Dexter, you love martial arts, you're gonna love this show. It's like, okay. Loaded it up, and I was like, wow. My world was just
so. Yeah, I loved all of it. What did they call them? The Defender shows. So you had Daredevil, Jessica Jones, it's Iron Fist, Luke Cage.
Oh,
I feel
yeah,
like
that
someone.
I want to see that. I have to get
Iron
into that
Fist.
still.
Yeah. So those shows were great because there were so many like hallway fights and close quarter fights.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. It's so claustrophobic and people, jumping off of walls and just acrobatics,
Chaotic.
real choreography and just madness.
It was funny, like when I met Charlie, some dude actually had him sign a microwave because of that first season episode where he chucks the microwave at the dude. I thought that was hilarious. It's like, oh, good night, Nate. I hope you have yourself some good sleep, dude. I know you're in some busy stuff right now, but take care and take care of you.
Did I see right in chat during your show, Nate's coming to Brickworld?
Yep.
Fantastic.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, well, I don't remember that being the thing before. So that's great.
It was kind of up in the air, but luckily enough, some things fell into the right place at the right time, and he's able to go. So that's really exciting. I'm so happy. It's like,
I swear more people are going than not going at this point.
Yeah. Yep. But I'm just excited. Man, just talking about this, it's like Friday, get here now. Like, I know it's tomorrow, I'm going to be so busy, I'm not going to be able to really think about stuff, but it's like, it's going to be in the back of my mind. It's going to come on. Like, I'm so pumped that, Kennedy's like, yeah, dude, I'll come early with you. So him and I are just going to be together the first day and just hanging out. So I'm like, I just can't wait. Man, just being able to meet you, dude.
It's going to be bananas. All the UK boys coming.
Oh, that's even wilder, dude.
Yeah.
Like, dude, man, the hype is so high for this year. Imagine next year. Because then the Aussie boys are coming. So it's like, then Shreddy's coming. Nate Dogg. I'm attending and displaying. Yes.
Yeah.
I
will not be displaying.
Mine's not big by any means. It's very small. But I'm mighty proud of her. I was really shocked. I saw it surpassed 700.
A lot of detail.
Yeah, it surpassed 700 likes, and I was like, "Yo, what?" For
That's
this little
great.
tiny thing. But yeah, she's all ready to go.
There it
So
is.
yeah, I'm really excited to have it out there. I'm just really, and it's my very first ever creation, so just excited to put her out there. Um, Especially like my favorite scene of all Star Wars. My two favorite characters all in one scene. It's like you can't get better than that. So, I'm like, oh yeah.
It's good stuff.
I just want Brickworld to be here, dude. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Did you make yourself a little plaque for it? Some way for people to
Uh,
know that it's yours?
that is, I did not. I might just
I mean, you can always make something.
yeah, I think I have something made up on Adobe, but I just never got around to printing it. So maybe I'll do it tomorrow before I boogie out. Um,
I mean, you can always just, I don't know, email it to yourself and print that out at Staples or something.
yeah,
You
I think that's what I might do.
find the right situation.
Yeah, or even I think even the Rennie has like an office that you can use. So I'll just run down in there and just use their printer.
Make the front desk do it for you.
Was that?
Make the front desk do it for you.
Oh yeah, I'll throw them you know,
Give them a sig
like
fig.
look, I'm like look, got this crisp dollar bill with your name on it. There you go. But oh okay. Amy says we'll get a card from Brickworld with their name and stuff on it. Okay, cool.
Perfect. Okay.
That's all I need then.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I mean, they would want some kind of standardized way for everybody to label themselves, right?
Yeah, yeah. But I'm just like, dude, it's man. Now it's like my brain just can't stop thinking like how close we are. We're so close. It's like, come on. But it's like it's like a kid waiting on Christmas.
So, are you going to be able to fully enjoy the graduation, or is your mind going to be not fully there?
Oh no, I know for a fact I'll be able to. Um,
Okay, that's good. It's
just
an important
because.
event.
Oh yeah, and it's not like a high school graduation, college. You know, my little cousin he has autism, so it's like he's been in school the last 24 years
Wow.
of doing this stuff. So I'm really excited to, you know, he's at a point where, with, you know, the cards he was dealt, he's able to make that next big move. And after the, he has a job lined up to start right after. So it's like, it's really nice to, see him getting his chance now.
That's awesome.
I'm
Good
really
for him.
excited for him. Yeah. It's,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
a big
it's,
win.
and then he's been through with stuff with our family this last 2 years, like especially like with his parents and stuff. Dude, poor kid, like poor guy's been through hell and back, and to finally see things kind of start peaking up has me really really excited. Um and my uncle, he's a fellow Baltimore Orioles fan, so we're gonna be, I don't get to see them too often, maybe like once every few months. Um so I'll be able to, you know whenever I'm with them, that's all I focus on. I shut down the phone, put it in a backpack, whatever, and just enjoy my time with them. So luckily, I have these uh, blockers set in place of my own mental capacities. Like whenever I'm with them, I focus on that. And it's very much the same thing at Brickworld. When I'm with you guys, I'm solely focused on that, just being present fully. Because it's like, man, we have this like, it's weird to think we have like a huge like functional war machine in our pockets, like, and war with our own mind. So it's nice for people to like train yourself to be able to detach from it and not have like this huge reliance and everything that's digital world. So yeah, I'm just excited to go down there, see them graduate, have fun with them, play some, because him and I are both into model trains. So he has this huge model train collection kind of like set up. Because a few years ago, in his backyard, we set this huge train track all the way around the house. So we put some trains and we zip around. So it's really fun.
Nice. So you said that's in Cincinnati?
Yep. More so.
You said to do bricks and minifigs on the way out of town.
Yep. Gonna try and hit it up if they open early enough. Because I'm gonna be leaving at like 8 a.m. So.
Yeah, you're probably missing them. They're not going anywhere. Be there some other time.
I can hit them on the way back.
For his grand opening, he had 255 transactions on day one.
255?
Yep.
That's insane.
Opening day. Yep, that was a good win.
Good for him. Yep. That's really cool. Because I was watching an episode. I'm like, hey, if you need any help setting up, let me know. I'm not far from you. Like, I'm more than happy to come on down and help you out. Like, you'd be doing
Ryan's a good guy.
Oh, yeah. Seems like a really good man. Someone, I'd like to go down and have like an interview with him or something. I'm sure we could arrange it. I'm sure he's down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Have him on.
Bearded's comment's great. It's funny because my entire family, my nickname in the family is Sheldon.
Really?
After Sheldon Cooper, yeah. Him and I lead very similar lives. So.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Well, thankfully, you look more like Charlie Cox than Sheldon.
Yeah, it was funny. I put the picture in the Discord. Everyone's like, dude, that looks like it could be your dad.
Yeah.
Charlie. I'm like,
yeah, it really does.
I wish I saw it, but we'll see.
How old is he? I wonder.
Well,
any idea?
Good thing I can pull it up right now. Got it.
Yeah,
you want to take a guess?
Somewhere late 40s.
He's 42.
Shit, are you kidding me? He's younger than I am? That's terrible. Oh, man.
What, Ken? You're what, 46?
45. I had to think for a second there.
I was close.
Yeah. I'm not the oldest guy around, so that's not too bad. Because Sean's my age. I think Shy's like a year younger.
Okay.
The two papas in the community are older than me.
Wait, Shy's in his 40s?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Shy's 41, 42, somewhere in there.
No shot.
I'm pretty sure Shy's over 40.
No way. That man looks like he's 31.
Yeah. Yeah, I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain Shy's not that much younger than me. Right above 40.
Man, we're going to have to... Instead of guess who, it's going to guess my age. That'd be fun.
Yeah. No, don't talk about a girl's age. All right, never mind. There's one girl in the community who is broken 40 that I know of the YouTube community there, on the land side of things. Trying to think. Somebody else was much older than I thought. Who was that? Oh, Nick and Maria. They're both my age.
Oh, really?
They're actually both a little bit older than I am.
Okay. Huh. That's cool, though.
Yeah, their oldest is 23, 22, 23.
Okay. I'm a little bit older. Yes.
Yep. Shy's younger than me. He's like 36. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I thought for some reason it hit 40. But I mean, either way, right?
We can get full confirmation.
I'm not the only one in my 40s. Yeah.
No. You're never too old for Lego.
Yeah. Oh, never too old for Lego. Substantially older than I am.
Really?
There's a couple people in that crew that are on the older side. I mean,
Okay.
Jabo and his whole crew.
Nothing wrong with that. To me, age is just a number.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's about what you make
I
it.
mean, you look at Brickstar and his crew. They're up there, man. It's great. I love that.
Hoarder 66 is 42.
There you go. Beautiful.
Yeah.
We're all surviving. I love it.
Somehow we're all surviving our Lego addiction.
Jesus, why am I drawing a blank? Alex and what's his name from Breaking News. I actually feel bad. Jason from Breaking News. Those guys are roughly my age.
Oh, really?
Every one of their shows starts off with a reference from like when we were growing up.
Okay, that's
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
Their show is pretty good. If you don't watch that, you should check it out at some point.
Yeah.
Breaking News with Alex and Jason.
Breaking News?
Yep.
I'm going to be playing them on my... Okay, yeah, okay, I've seen them.
Yep.
I never knew that. Oh, because the channel's Alex, that's why.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I'll definitely be listening some on my drive. I got some decent drives ahead of me, so...
Yep, sure.
It'll be...
Well, no shortage of stuff to listen to.
No, none at all.
Oh, actually, there's a very good one I listened to today. What was that? Lex Friedman with Tim Sweeney.
You're talking to my hero.
Yeah.
That's...
So,
here you go. You might be...
Tim Sweeney comes on, and they talk Epic Games and Fortnite for 4.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And just like how Unreal Engine works and all of that.
Great episode.
Show.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Lex Friedman.
That got me through my workday today.
Yep. It's funny you say Lex because I'm staring at a picture of him right now.
That's so funny.
Is
he staring right back at you?
Yep, I have it there because he's my biggest role model in this entire world. Like, he's the reason why I got into jiu-jitsu, the reason why I started what I did, him and Shy, because I was like, shoot, I love the Lex Friedman podcast, but can I do it Legofied? And that's very much what mine is. And I even took his old black curtain off of Lex. I have him always looking at me. He's like, because he's one of those people where, wherever it is, he puts 150% in. Like he will put hours on, like thousands of hours into one thing. And it's like, if I can feel comfortable about what I did and still look at the picture and feel good, then I did all right. It's just that constant.
Some of his shows have been wild too, because he's come back from he came back from Russia and 4 hours later did a podcast for 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
On no sleep.
Or he with Tim, he was in the Amazon jungle in a full suit doing a podcast for 6 hours. This guy is just unreal. He's the definition of what working hard is, because that man is insane.
The things that he understands and can have a conversation about, it blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
He
well versed
is
in knowledge.
He's the smarter Rogan in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not taking a shot at Rogan, but I mean, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
It's different backgrounds, whatever.
One has 4 doctorates, one doesn't. It's that type,
Yeah, one has gotten punched in the head an infinite number of times.
Mm-hmm.
They both have that genuine curiosity.
Yeah.
But Lex he's better equipped to handle the information he's given.
Yes. He's like the computer processor of the group.
Yeah, for sure. He can process it at a much higher level than Rogan can.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really fascinating because you can hear him think and hear him gain a better understanding as the episodes
Yes.
go on.
I
That's
love
intriguing.
my favorite thing that Lex does is, he'll close his eyes and he'll just like talk for like 2 minutes and then that's it.
Yeah.
He'll like then while he's doing that, he's listing off his question. And it's like, dude, how do you come up with these in-depth questions? Like how? Like it's unreal.
It's fascinating watching some of these people work. And Jordan Peterson, like if
Mm-hmm.
you ever watch one of his longer lectures,
Yep.
you can watch him learn as he speaks. He's the only one
Yeah.
talking, but you
Mm-hmm.
can watch him kind of hash out the problems as he's speaking and giving lectures.
Yeah.
It's
It's
fun to
cool.
watch. Brilliant.
I had the pleasure of meeting him this past October. That was really
Peterson?
cool. Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
because he
cool.
came to the Akron Civic Theater last year, and so I was able to, you know, some of my friends who, they were giving away tickets for it because they work at the radio station, and we were able to get like behind, or what did they call it, backstage pass type thing. So we were able to kind of like shake his hand and introduce ourselves. It was really quick, but I can say I got to meet the doctor. It's kind of cool.
That's still great.
He signed my
Did you wear a
book.
suit?
No, no. I just
No.
wore my gray polo and my blue pants and my black shoes. That was it. Because the Civic Theater is hot. It gets toasty
Yeah.
in there. Very
He
beautiful.
came to Boston. I think it was whatever it was 2 years ago or something.
Mm,
That was might have been longer than that because it was before he went back into the hospital.
yeah, okay.
And I think it was like $250 a ticket or something crazy.
Mm.
Yeah,
I think ours were like $70.
that's so cheap.
70 or 80.
Yeah, 70. I think I would have done. I don't know. I mean, it's also Boston. Everything here is stupid. But
And I
yeah, it would have been a good show.
the exact town I live in is called Akron, but we call it Crackron. So everything's dirt cheap here. So I mean, our gas is like $2.03 half the time.
What?
Yeah,
Gas is that cheap? Wow, that's bananas.
it's wild.
Well, it's hard to beat that. We're
Yeah, I
at
think
280, I think.
280. That's nuts.
Yeah.
I think the most I've paid this year is like 243.
Good deal. Good deal.
Yep. But just think, the only things you have for sightseeing is a McDonald's and a Subway.
Yeah. I could do without McDonald's. Subway's not. I don't want to say Subway's. Hey, Subway's not terrible. I guess.
Like for us, I hate both of them now because it's like those are the only two fast food chains that are like local. So it's like you have them all the time. But it's funny because Brick Hive he's lived in the town I live in.
Yep.
He's gone to the same bars I work at. It's kind of new.
He's still fairly close, right?
Yep, he's in the Maryland area. So here in July, I have my another cousin's wedding that's happening like 40 minutes away from him. So I'm gonna go down and hang out with them after the wedding and have a good time.
Awesome.
So I'm
cool.
excited.
Yep. Gonna get to meet him this week too.
Yep.
Next week.
That's good. It's crazy to think. We're like, oh yeah, we'll be meeting him next week. It's just unreal to think about that. Just come on now. Like it's funny to think
We had a lot of people that have been watching for years.
Mm-hmm.
Years.
And it's it was funny, I was talking to Kennedy on the phone yesterday. He goes, all right, dude, I'll see you in a couple days. Like I'll see you Friday. I'm like, yo, that's true. I will see you Friday. It's like unreal.
Yeah.
But just something about it, man. Just unreal. So exciting though.
Like I almost can't. I don't. I don't think I can remember a time where there wasn't a good one in Brickworld.
Like, do you know if he's gonna do good money in Brickworld from Brickworld?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Does he stay until Sunday? Is he there
I don't know.
all the way through?
He might be.
Yeah.
We'll find our answers
Yeah,
out
I
soon
don't know.
enough.
Yeah, I don't know who from that crew is coming. If he's the only one, or if everybody else is coming too.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'd probably have to ask.
Yeah.
But regardless, I'm just excited to
Well,
see him.
we can ask in person next week, or
Mhm.
we can ask because he is doing the show this weekend. So can ask
Yeah,
him
there we go. Ask him on Sunday.
Night.
Good night, Jen Ultron.
Yeah, actually, on that note, I should probably let you go since you have the world's most hectic schedule coming right up, and you've been live for 4 hours now.
I'm here for the culture.
All right. Yeah.
All
right.
You got me for another tenner. How's that sound? A good 10 minute.
All right, that works.
I'll make a compromise.
All right. So then, from last year,
Mhm.
what was the most unexpected thing for you? Anything take you by surprise?
There was two things. One, you know, um, is during the yard sale. Uh, getting to meet someone who's now in the contending for the NBA Finals. Uh,
Yep.
Miles Turner. It was so cool meeting him. I'm a big Cavs fan, but it was cool meeting someone in the NBA, like right there. That was the coolest thing. Because no one knew he was coming. He just like showed up, you know. Um, but really, the thing that surprised me the most was just how everyone was in real life is exactly how they are in line.
Yeah.
It's like that surprised me so much. I'm not sure. It's because like you talk to everyone and everything, and you think you know them, but you don't really know them until you actually meet them. And everyone was like
Yeah.
the same exact way, like how they are online. And I'm not blowing smoke or whatever. It's very much just that, and that was so mind blowing, but so refreshing to me. Because like when I go to jujitsu, you have new guys that come in and they are nothing like how you initially met them. Sometimes it's for the good, and sometimes it's for worse. And usually, if it's worse, you usually kind of like kick them out. It's like there's no place for you here, type thing. Like our school's so small, where we're able to do that. Like there's no advertising on the walls or windows like, hey, this is a jujitsu gym. There's none of that. So if you want to be there, you have to like seek it out. But yeah, I guess what really surprised me too, and like meeting Coop, it was funny. Coop remembered it was my birthday and I totally forgot. It was like, he's like, oh, dude, happy birthday. I'm like, wait. He's like, I'm like, oh, yeah, it is my birthday. Thanks, dude. Stuff like, or like Sean, I went and used the restroom and everyone at the table got like a big slice of cake for me while I went to that was a weird, I'm like, oh yeah, it is that day. So it was really kind of neat. It's like, because you just get so busy. Like you kind of acknowledge something, then it's like gone thought, like, fleeting. It's just the realization that you're there was really surprising. Because you hear everyone talking about it. I was in a position like, where people, they maybe get in this community a little bit too late and everyone's already plans already set for Brickworld. And you kind of like live through other people. Like 23, I didn't go, but I was watching everyone as they're going through it. And I'm like, man, I want to be there. Then when you get there, you're like, yo, this is so cool. It's like you're living a TV show. For us, like Thursday nights with ACOB, it's like that's our TV, and being able to meet these people, that's so surprising. It's just cool.
Talking to Nick and Maria a couple of weeks ago, they mentioned, more jokingly than anything else, but one of the biggest surprises to them was how tall everybody was in person.
Yes, everyone is. Me, I'm a 5'3" individual, and everyone there is like 6 feet plus. Feels like.
Yeah.
It's like you guys. Everyone I talk to, I had to look up to. It's like, okay, I see. It's like that's unreal. So tall.
Yeah. It's. I'm interested to see if Sean is as big in person as his personality is.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying there. That makes sense.
And I can say you will be satisfied.
Big personality. Yeah.
You will be satisfied. Without a doubt.
Yeah. It's the Lego community's P.T. Barnum.
Yep. He really is.
Yeah. That's great. I can't wait for the Box of Boys, I don't know, whatever.
The release party?
Release. So how is that going to work? I was really disappointed when I found out the fold wasn't coming this year. And they weren't going to have a chance of the second round of that. Who's cooking anything up there?
Yeah, I know there are some things in the works. I don't I kind of know little bits about, but I don't want to say anything because it's not my place.
Yeah, of course. You don't want to share that now.
But I know, like, the release party last year was really cool. Just the Girth Gang only type thing. So it's just like seeing the ACOB chat in person, and that was really neat. And
that's cool.
Seeing the sets that they make in person and just seeing how much they're everyone enjoying their hard work to make that a reality. Kind of as it gets closer, we'll find out more about when that release party is going to be happening. You'll find out.
It's 3 to 4:50 p.m. on Friday.
Okay.
They actually put it on the schedule, so they get almost a 2-hour time block. It's pretty good.
That's cool. Man, Ken, I might have to have you send me this link to this thing that you're seeing.
Yep.
That's cool.
Hold on. Copy.
Because I'm not the smartest with computers.
Where the hell? Here it is. All right, I'll drop that. And, yeah, you know what? Hold on. I'll put it over here.
Oh.
See if that works. Can you copy that? Or do I need to put that in private chat for you to copy it?
Might need to be in private.
All right, there we go. I put it in private chat for you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Oh, this is cool. Okay,
Instead of just putting it in private chat and hiding it from everybody, we'll make sure everybody can get that.
Oh, yeah. This is cool. All right. Yeah, heck yeah. Thank you, sir. This is going to
I also didn't know that list existed until my wife sent it to
me. Shout out to your wife.
Yeah, I don't know why none of this was in the email for the stuff we had to sign up for.
Yeah.
There should have been another link to be like, oh yeah, for the stuff you don't have to sign up for, if you're interested, here it is.
For sure.
Although it might have been there and I missed it. I don't know.
This is cool. Thank you, sir. But
yeah, I basically just went through, and anytime it said ACOB or something related, I just made a mental note of it.
So yeah, I'm going to print it out and put it in my wallet. A beer bath?
A beer event. Where is it? Beer draft.
Oh, okay.
Which I thought was interesting. Oh, I didn't hear. if he got it in time. But Slurpee was working on something for the little film festival there. Hopefully he got it in today. It's the deadline.
I hope so, because I'm definitely going to be there for the film festival to watch it. Root on the boys.
I can't wait to meet Slurpee.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. I bet you he's going to be freakish.
What? Oh, man.
Oh, the Sea Event app. Yep.
Fantastic. That's clutch.
I'm excited for that to go live. Should be this weekend, I think.
Yeah.
But, sir, is there any final questions?
Are you going to put out some kind of dot on the map when you first walk in the door? Like, I am here. Post a story somewhere so you can easily be found. All right.
Yep. But here's something I'm going to do. So I have 2 extra sig figs because all the ones I made were pretty much allotted. Going to people already, just because I underestimated how many I'd need. But I'm gonna hide 2 of them somewhere into Rennie, and I'm gonna post like a little, post like a little hint as where they're at. Then if you find it, then you have one. Thought it'd be a nice little fun thing to do.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I feel like it hasn't been done before. No, I won't Pockets Master. Do not worry. It's going to be somewhere like the convention hall, or who knows? Maybe it might just be like taped somewhere inside of an elevator. Who knows? I think that'll be the fun part of it.
Yeah, just post a story. It's, I don't know, whatever it is, 10 a.m. I'll be on the couch.
Yep.
Find me there.
Mm-hmm. Or I might do it as the journey of his quest, take photos, and wherever it ends is where he'll be, and whoever wants it can take it. Who knows? Could do something like that.
Good stuff. All right, man. Thank you for joining me tonight. It has been fun.
It's been a pleasure.
I'm looking forward to meeting you next week in the real world.
Just know to look out for a shorter man, and that's probably going to be me.
All right.
I'm excited to meet you too, man. It's going to be cool.
That sounds great. All right. Enjoy your travels. Have a safe ride.
You as well. You have a safe flight. Hopefully there's no Boeings or anything.
Yeah.
Hopefully Boeing fixed your issue.
Good night.
Take care.
Yeah. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
See you at Brickworld.
Yes.